with Ardianto and
Hidayat
leading
in the men's doubles, Indonesia's Muhammad Rian Ardianto and Rahmat Hidayat. And their opponents from China, Chen and Liu Yi.
I have been corrected, as I always am, Chris, by the doyen of all badminton knowledge, which is Stuart Clark. I was talking about the shoe incident at the Commonwealth Games, and it actually wasn't a member of the crowd. It was a Jamaican player called Samuel Ricketts who had a problem with his shoe, and the Malaysian coach, Hendroan, actually lent him a pair of shoes, which was kind of the true spirit of that competition.
Black.
Absolute oracle.
Black.
Jill Clark.
Red, okay, black for you. Red it is. You want the toss. This side, okay, serve or receive? Receive. Who is receiving? Chen receiving and serving? Thank you.
So let's give you some information then about this quartet, this men's doubles. Ardianto, of course, used to play with Fajar Alfi, and they were formerly world #1 pair. They've been together since October, Ardianto and Hidayat. Actually, Hidayat's won a couple of Super 100 titles with different partners, but he's fully 8 years younger than Ardianto. Has won 5 international events. One of those actually with Muhammad Ardianto. That was at the Astana International in Kazakhstan last year. He clearly played that just to get attuned to playing together. I wouldn't put too much store by that ranking. I mean, a great deal at this stage of their partnership. And as you can see, they have not been troubled. That's 2 good wins, actually. Knocked out Go and Izzeddin in barely half an hour, the #8 seeds, in straight games. And on the other side of the net, the Chinese pair of Chen and Liu Yi, currently ranked at 11 in the world. That 7 ranking, by the way, was only a couple of months ago. Been together for 3.5 years. And of course, they won that World Championship silver in Paris 6 months ago, which was a bit of a surprise. 3 World Tour titles, including the German Open last weekend, so we know they're playing well. This is a tough one to call this, though, Chris, I think.
Yeah, I can't hide my excitement. I am really looking forward to this because this is a 50-50-ish game. I would favour the Chinese just because the Indonesians, as a partnership anyway, they haven't had a lot of big wins, although we have to remember, as you highlight, Ardianto, he won this twice. So we know he's good at the All England, and this is a big challenge, and this is huge for both pairs. One of them obviously going to be making the semi-final of the All England.
Yeah, 2023 and 2024, Ardianto with Alfian won this event. Fabio Beto's back as our umpire. So to Alan Potter as the service judge.
Thank you. We'll look at that.
But really coordinated the
Ladies
shirts,
and
have they,
gentlemen,
Ardianto and Hidayat?
on my right, Chen Mo-yang and Liu Yi, China. And on my left, Muhammad Rian Ardianto and Rahmat Hidayat, Indonesia. Rahmat Hidayat to serve to Chen Mo-yang. Love all. Play.
Here we go then. It's men's doubles quarter-final.
Yeah, just a quick bit on the shirts. Indonesian's got different sponsors, so it can be very difficult to have the same colour, although the strangest bit for me is all 4 players have a similar colour on court.
Yeah.
Generally. Great start with the Indonesians, but generally the tournament referee will ask for an opposite colour or a very different colour. So the higher ranking pair is the pair that chooses the colour that they have, and the other pair has to choose a different colour.
Service over. 1-2.
Don't think we're going to be in for too many lengthy rallies in this match.
And this is, you know, one of the big differences between doubles and singles, just because as soon as one partnership has the advantage, there's so much pressure that it's so hard to then get the shuttle away, and that's why it's so imperative to get the attack, even in a slower haul like this, especially in men's doubles. Just highlight the Indonesian pair. They've got incredibly obvious roles with who's covering what. Ardianto, same as when he played with Alfian. He's the rear court player. He's kind of the player that works from the back of the court. And Hidayat, he's the net man. He's the player that needs to get Ardianto the lift.
Whoa! 4-2.
Such a frustrating one there for Ardianto. Played a phenomenal return of serve, but then he kind of had feathers coming at him on the next shot, and as he swings at it, he just hits feathers, and when you hit the feather, obviously, can't control it at all.
Service over.
Brilliant return.
3-4.
And this man we're focusing on now, Hidayat, he's probably the only player on court that hasn't really performed at this level, and what I mean by that is he hasn't experienced a Super 1000 or a Super 750 quarter-final just because he hasn't got the experience that some of the other players have.
Service over. 5-3.
But then he is partnering the most experienced player on court.
Muhammadian Ardianto challenges called in.
First impression was, call was right.
Players, don't
Bit of
call
error of
before the line
judgment there.
judge, okay?
Umpire there just making sure that the players understand you cannot call before the shuttle lands or as it's landing. You have to wait for the line judge to make their call, because otherwise it can be deemed you're influencing the line judge.
Oh, well.
Correction out.
Good challenge.
Service over. 4-5. Play.
It's an impressive attack so far from the Chinese. You can see from the body language, obviously they're confident, they're feeling good. Last week winning the German Open, and the way they did, to be honest, they were very dominant the whole tournament. Only the final where they pushed and possibly could have lost.
Service over. 5-6.
Well, not standing on ceremony there.
Service over.
Now, when you're
7-5.
doing a sort of flat flick to a very tall player, it is a risk because he hasn't got to move. He's just got to reach up. It's got to go over him, or it's got to be a bit flatter. And that's a big rally for me for Hidayat, just to feel comfortable. He's played a great rally there. Good interception, nice skill, and then comfortable kill. These are important rallies just to get him feel settled and feel comfortable out there.
Well, so far, he'd certainly say that he looks like he belongs in this exalted company.
Service over. 8-6. Service over, 7-8.
The way that the Indonesians play, I would say, is, you know, don't think we're going to see much rotation from them as a pair. I think we're going to see Hidayat there. As soon as he gets a half chance, being very efficient. But for the Chinese, if they can keep it down the sides and keep it away from the net player, it's going to be a little bit tricky for the Indonesians to get through. Brilliant touch of the net there from Ardianto. Even when his opponent was at the net, he found a little bit of space there because it looked perfect. If it wasn't perfect, he's in trouble, possibly. Chen was right on the net. Absolute perfection.
Nine, 8.
Incredibly aggressive on that.
9-all.
Return a serve. So obviously the time before when Ardianto was serving to Chen, he went for a flick. This time low serve, but a little bit loose.
Well, just as
Called out. Called
close
out.
as we expected it to be. Yeah, it was definitely long.
10-9. Don't call before. Play.
Put away with the plum, so a narrow lead for the Chinese pair. But entertaining stuff early on in this men's doubles.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 9. Play. Foul! 12-9.
A bit of indecision there at the net from Hidayat. Ardianto thought his partner was going to take it. Big power at the back there. And I've got to say, body language obviously is not the be-all and end-all.
9.
But any small 1%, 2% advantage you can get, I think is key. And if you look at the body language difference, the Chinese, I've got to say, they are upbeat, they're buoyant, they look confident, loads of energy, whereas the Indonesians maybe just look a little bit tentative.
Service over, 10-13.
That angle, he's a very tall guy, Chen, but it's the angle he's playing at. It's so difficult to control it when it's that steep. Because if you're playing a block, obviously it's coming in such an upward direction.
Can't recall very many unforced errors either from the Chinese pair, if any.
Oh! 15-10. Change. Change.
You can see the vast, rally length, duration difference. We're at 11 minutes and it's 15-10 just because, especially in men's doubles, the rallies are so much shorter. This is why the huge focus is the first 4 shots of the rally.
Service over.
So integral to get that attack.
Going to drift wide, I think, is it?
12-15. Chen, you. Again, don't call before. Play. Service over, 16-12. Play. Service over, 13-16.
A little careless. Well, that's one of the first he's missed, I would say. I think Lou will be disappointed with that.
Wow, that was brilliant.
Back to court, please. 15-16.
Read that incredibly well. I don't think that was a loose return. See it from this angle.
It's okay.
It's not, he's read it so well.
Yeah.
Phenomenal brush.
Wait. Play.
Indonesians now right back in this. is the thing in a few rallies before. The Chinese
Service
coach is
over.
just instructing his players,
17,
when you get a
15.
chance in a, let's say, a 60-40 situation where you have slight advantage and you can put pace in, take the pace out to get the high lift, because when they get in the high lift, their attack, both the Chinese players, has been pretty devastating. In the flat game, I think the Indonesians are more than capable.
That's an excellent leave.
18-15.
Instinctively knew that was going to fly long. Just got a little bit of their breathing space back again, Chinese pair.
Service over, 16-18.
Frustrating one there for the Indonesians, because Ardianto knows he just got it all wrong there.
16.
It's just too far behind him.
Get ready.
Wow, exceptional. From there to turn it across is so complicated because the stress he's under.
Game point.
So Hidayat, he moved to cover the straight.
So 4 game points for the world number 11 pair. He liked it. Was a very entertaining opening game, but no question the Chinese pair deserved to come out on top.
First game won by Chen and Yui, 21-16.
Although Ardianto and Hidayat had their moments, just not consistent enough to get the job done. However, potential comeback could be on, especially with the experience of Ardianto. They trail, though, 1 game to love.
Variasi smashnya harus banyak variasi ya. Penting shift ya. Variasi banyak ya. Karena dia bolanya itu doang. Kalau ya kan? Shift doang aja. Tadi berapa poin itu bilang poinnya karena padahal bisa matiin. Ya enggak? Kadang serangannya divariasi. Ya kan? Variasi serangannya tengah, kadang incer gitu loh. Ya. Kadang kalau yang pendek itu pasti panjang. Tunggu kalau lewat nih, terus pelan. Kurangin mati sendiri lah belakang. Kurangin ya. Pembukaan juga ya. Kalau kamu manjat masih sehat ya.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game, level, play.
So Ardianto and Hidayat playing catch-up.
Service over, 1 love.
But they weren't so outclassed in that first game that the recovery be out of the question.
Sharp on the net there. Okay, brilliant.
2-love.
And that's his role in the partnership. He's got to find a way of being so active at the net. Chinese haven't engaged a lot of the net. Anyone's just thinking, how can a pair 50 in the world actually get into the All England? Because obviously it's only the top 32 generally, just because the Indonesians only have 7 tournaments and they take an average of it, which puts them around 27 or 28 in the world. But I'd also say you need to take out just a pinch of salt, because these Indonesians are a lot better than that.
Well, it's a pity, because they were really mixing it up from the back of the court.
Service over.
Expect Ardianto to miss that.
No, I would agree. The variation was, for me, a lot better than from the Indonesians in the first game. A lot of the attack in the first game was just power, but the Chinese then weren't having to move, whereas then the Chinese were really stretched and they were under a lot of stress, but they defended so well, so solid.
2-3. Service over, 4-2. Lay. Service over, 3-4. Service over.
Good rotation there from the
5-3.
Indonesians. Ardianto looking off. I think you know he's going to look off as well, because he's more of the rear court player. Ardianto at the moment, he has having just a little bit of an issue when he's serving to Chen. Chen has been so aggressive when Ardianto's serving. I think he feels that Ardianto's not going to flick him again, because we saw a flick early on in the first game and he read it so well. Almost is he jumping the serve?
Service over, 6-4.
Chen got himself in a bit of a muddle there. He chased forward so well, and I'm totally sure what actually happened. Very good defence again from the Chinese. No doubt about it, they got a good defence. I do think sometimes maybe Louis gets a little bit carried away and almost tries to overdo it, but he covers the court so well.
Rahmat, thank you. Play. Service over, 7-5.
Phenomenal placement from Ardianto on that because he's off balance. That's a fairly comfortable put away for Hidayat.
On the line over there. Sideline. Yep. Thank you. Seven, 5. Service over, 6-7.
And at the moment, defense from the Chinese is just too good. Indonesians are really struggling to find a way through. Chinese, they're keeping it very simple, not doing anything too extreme in defense. To be honest, fairly comfortable staying in defense. They're not really trying to counter because they're not getting the opportunity, but just need a bit more variation. But then when the Indonesians are trying to use that variation, like we saw at the end, unforced error there from Hidayat.
Yui serving. Yui serving. Yui. Yeah. 6-7. Play.
Well, they're trying their best to be the aggressors, aren't they, Ardianto and Hidayat, but finding it also very difficult to get through against the two Chinese.
Yeah, and you've got to give the Chinese credit. It's a bit of a masterclass here in regards to the way that they're moving the shuttle around. Almost every time the Indonesians are playing a shot, they're being moved. So they're never in an amazing position. They're not in a bad position, but the Chinese are very comfortable just moving the shuttle around, and then it's that transition. As soon as you go from attack for, say it was 20 shots, you then give it away. That's the complicated bit, and that's where the Indonesians just came unstuck at the end of that rally.
Service over, 8-7.
Got to say, for the Chinese, you've got to give them credit, except for maybe that rally, they lost a little bit of discipline. The other rallies, they're just very simplistic. They haven't done anything too complicated or anything too extravagant, but they've done everything is, you know, it's had a purpose, but it's been to a very solid, good level. And it's been enough so far. It's a big point there for the Chinese because they were in all sorts of trouble.
8-all.
See there, he's almost on the floor, digs it out from his right hip.
Play. Rahmat, get ready.
And this is the thing now for the Indonesians, because you start to just doubt yourself. You start to almost question, can we get through? And then you try something a little bit more. Try a shot maybe that's slightly better than is really needed, and that's where one or two simpler mistakes creep in.
How did he react to that?
Incredible shot.
That's almost going to feel like 2 points, because they should have been dead and buried in that rally.
And this is the big thing now, even when possibly
10, 8.
the Indonesians should win the rally, the Chinese are like there. And then this one, you know, there's 2 shots there where he's almost pulled a rabbit out of the hat, bit of magic, and then good placement on the attack.
Thank you.
Almost every time the Chinese do get the attack, 3, 4 shots, that's it, and they're winning the point, whereas the Indonesians, there's 20 shots plus, and they're still struggling to get through.
10-8. Play. Interval.
So starting to get a little bit of a grip on this quarter-final. Chen and Lu 11-8 up, having won the first game.
Belakangnya harus banyak variasi, kadang tahu nggak enak, cok dulu coba. Santai tuh cok dulu. Kalau lu paksa sones, dia paling nge-drip, dia banding silang. Pasti banyak di situ.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Showing here on the warm-up course. Christo against Lin, the next match, which will be on court.
Thank you, Liu. (11-8). Play. Change it.
Got to say, the Chinese defence has been absolutely superb.
13-8.
Yeah, you know, if we go incredibly simplistic regarding tactics, I mean, the defensive shot there was, yeah, absolutely incredible. But you always talk about in doubles, you know, you want the attack, you need the attack. And if you look who's had the attack for probably 80% of this second game, it's the Indonesians. But the big thing is, can't find a way through. And as soon as the Chinese get the attack, 2, 3 shots and they're getting through. but their defense has been absolutely incredible, the Chinese. Very simplistic, but so solid.
(15-8).
You can see from the Indonesians, the body language, the belief's gone. You know, they don't know what to do to get through. They don't know what to do at the moment to win a point. And again, 2 shots they get through. And it's such an extreme difference.
16-8.
Difficult bit now for the Indonesians is you're in a position where you start to question everything. You question, how do you get through? You know, do we want to maybe open the court out? Do we want to try a totally different tactic?
Service over, 9-16.
But this is the big difference between the partnerships.
Service over, 17.
When you look at it, I feel pretty confident if the Chinese have the attack, they're going to get through without too much of a duress, as it were. It's not going to be too difficult. 4, 5, 6 shots they'll get through, whereas the Indonesians, maybe in the second game, they've only got through maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, there's a sense of inevitability, isn't there, now about this match? Just kind of assume complete control, Chinese pair. Well, he's missed one. He's human. I'll be disgusted with himself there, Liu Yi.
10-17.
You know, the Chinese are out here, though, showing why it's so imperative to have a solid base. As in your defence, you need to be able to resist the pressure coming from your opponent, because you have no choice at times. You have to lift. Now, I would say the Chinese have lifted a lot more than maybe is needed, but it doesn't matter because their defence has been so solid that there's been no negative from it at all. Ardianto, strings gone.
Service over, 18-10. (18-10).
Well, just a question of when now rather than if. A couple more points required for Chen and Liu. And here are 10 match points.
20 match point, 10.
Very, very happy man there we're focusing on. Coach of the Chinese men's doubles pair.
Yeah, he couldn't really have asked for anything more, could he?
Game.
It's long, and that's all over. And in double quick time, too. Less than 40 minutes.
Thank you.
Was competitive for a while in the second game, and then as soon as we got towards the interval, Chinese pair just utterly dominated proceedings.
Ian. First, shake hand with your opponent. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Match won by Chen Boyang and Liu Yi, 21-16, 21-10.
Appreciative crowd. Now they've seen a star-studded performance there from those two.
The defense in the second game. Just far too solid for the Indonesians. They just couldn't find a way through. Second game, especially Chinese, I've got to give it to them. They were very, very good.
Yeah, almost out of context of some of the performances from Chinese players here this week. But they are safely through the world number 11 pair to tomorrow's semi-final.
Actually, I would agree totally with you there, Trevor, actually. That's the best I have seen a Chinese player play that I've watched so far in this tournament. The second game from the Chen and Liu was very, very impressive.
21-16, 21-10, and only 37 minutes on court. Well, this could be a humdinger of a men's singles that's coming next. Christo Popov, the 5 seed, up against Lin Chunyi, who did for Jonathan Christie yesterday. Should be a good one in a couple of minutes. We have been in Birmingham since Tuesday. Some sights and sounds of England's second city. Some magnificent restaurants here, actually, and some quite enticing nightclubs too. Managed to avoid so far for professional reasons. Here we go then. Men's singles, and it's Christo Popov. If you were with us yesterday, he was superb. Mind you, so was Lin Chunyi by all accounts on another court in defeating Jonathan Christie. So this should be